They've got your wife, but I'm not married. You are now to America.
Sorry, I was thinking about it. I haven't heard that in ages, so I was like, you know what? That was from GTA, from Vice City. It's one of those little commercial things that you can hear on the radio. Um, but I'm not married. You are now to America. Anyway, speaking of things that are American, which Doctor Who's obviously not one of them. Doctor Who reportedly not getting a 2025 Christmas special amid cancellation rumors, which, oh no. Anyway, at this point, I really don't think people care too much. Doctor Who has been in a lot of turmoil lately, with Russell T Davies doubling down on the LGBTQ agenda for season 2 in the Nkudigatwa era, and now it appears as if 2025 will break a long-standing tradition of not having a Doctor Who Christmas special. I'm pretty sure, didn't, like, Jodie Whittaker have, like, just a, like a New Year's special? She didn't have a Christmas special. I think she just had a New Year's special. I mean, so it's not really, it's been happening over the course of a couple years. I mean, you know, Capaldi had Christmas specials. His were actually really good. His were really good. One of them had Justin, what's his face? Shameless. He also played Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution. He was pretty good. He was actually really, really good. It was a really good episode. You know, then there was the other special, the Twice Upon a Time, I think it was called, with him and William Hartnell. You know, David Bradley playing the first Doctor. There was the amazing one with Nick Frost playing Santa, where they go to the North Pole and they're like, it's like a dream and a dream, and it kind of messes with you because you don't know if they're actually dreaming or not. And there was the Two Husbands of River Song. So you have just Peter Capaldi, like, every year had a Christmas episode. But then, like, Jodie Whittaker is like, oh, there's not going to be a Christmas episode. It's going to be a New Year's episode. Because, oh, we don't want to do Christmas. We can't offend people who don't celebrate it. Rumblings over the past week have been circulating the internet that Doctor Who's imminent cancellation because of low ratings ever since The Sun came out with an article. I mean, The Sun, grain of salt, and I said the same thing, grain of salt. You know, if it does get canceled, I really don't think anyone's going to give a crap right now. It needs to go on a hiatus for at least 5 years. They need to reevaluate what's important and what Doctor Who is, and they need to make Doctor Who great again. 60 years is about to go down the toilet. All because they want to do crap that no one wants. They're more worried about identity politics than anything else. So they need to think long and hard about what's more important. Pandering to people with the in-your-face messages or the ratings. So they should go out, hiatus for like 5 years, even longer if needs be, because it went from the 80s, when Doctor Who was, canceled the first time. It went through this period where it was like the late 80s, and then they tried to revive it again in the 90s. You had like Paul McGann as the Doctor and stuff like that, but nothing really stuck. And then you get like 2004 coming around. You have Christopher Eccleston playing the Doctor in New Who. And suddenly it kicks off. So, sometimes you just need to kind of rethink about what makes it important, what people like about the show. Is the pandering really that important? Before you had a show that you could do political messaging, but do it well and make the episodes still fun and exciting. Now it's just in your face. Like, exactly the topic that every single episode is talking about, because they tell you every 5 seconds. Oh, racism's bad. Don't do a racism. Oh, women are strong and powerful. Oh, don't pollute the earth. You know, rather than back then when they could have those messages and be subtle about it, now they hold your hand and treat you like you're stupid. And it's sacrificing good storytelling. And it's not because it's the viewer who aren't smart enough. It's just the writers aren't smart enough to tell it in fun and creative ways. So these people who like to think so highly of themselves, who like to consider themselves college educated, aren't smart enough to do simple stories like, oh, racism and this and that, but also tell it in a way where it's not in your face every 5 seconds. So, so much for being college educated. The rumors have escalated since even before one of Nkudigatwa's tenure aired, with the 60th anniversary specials posting some of the lowest ratings in Doctor Who history. Seriously, David Tennant, freaking Neil Patrick Harris, Catherine Tate, 3 amazing, well, one of them is an amazing actor. He's just a douchebag in real life. But they brought back David Tennant and Catherine Tate thinking like, oh my God, the views are going to be so large, so big, the biggest peepee numbers we've seen in years. And what happened? No, the lowest, because no one liked it. Because once again, it just had messaging in your face. The first part of it was just the Doctor being put in his place by a trans female. Like, no one wants to sit here and watch this for an hour. We don't give a shit. Give us Doctor Who. And then it's at the end, it's like male presenting. It's like, dude, you're a freaking dude. You're pretending to be a chick. Okay? So saying that the Doctor is male presenting, you're also a male. Like, who do you not know that his previous incarnation was a female? And you want to say that a male presenting Doctor can never understand how hard women have it. You don't either. You're a dude. Fuck. Stop with the in-your-face bull crap. And like throughout the entire episode, it's like, oh, my daughter's so wonderful and so perfect. And then she's like, oh, I feel like I don't belong anywhere. I feel like I'm an alien. It's like, my pronouns. It's just, fuck, that's not Doctor Who. Doctor Who fucking gives a shit. Vanderpum's reported on rumors Nkudigatwa and Millie Gibson were exiting the show early on, but a representative from Bad Wolf informed us that Gatwa had a contract through 2028. It turns out Gibson would in fact exit after the first season of the show, as BBC is now advertising her Indian replacement as a companion. However, Gatwa is still going forward into the second season, releasing April 12th. The season has already has questions being raised about it only being 8 episodes, of course. Whereas Doctor Who used to have at least double that before Nkudigatwa's era. Yeah, like everything's going down to like 8 episodes. With ratings low and almost zero fan enthusiasm for the new season, The Sun is now reporting that Doctor Who will not have a Christmas special in 2025, something the show has not done in 6 years. Now, like I said, I think Jodie Whittaker didn't have a Christmas. She had a New Year's episode. Because I remember people talking about it. And I think I even... Hang on. Yeah, right here. I did this was the thumbnail. It's Trump with $2. But this was November 29th, 2020, because they were talking about it says Doctor Who New Year's special. Even back then they were saying that they weren't going to have a Christmas special. It was going to be a New Year's special. So yeah, it was like Jodie Whittaker's. But yeah, we have the biggest Daleks. We have the best Daleks. They will exterminate everything they come across. If you're an illegal, they're going to exterminate. I was really happy about this picture just because of if I honestly, as much as I like the guy, I would love to see him being surrounded by Daleks. You know, him just controlling this fleet of Daleks. Imagine if America did control Daleks. We'd have the most powerful fighting force basically in the universe. Flashbang, sorry. Wow, really? Report is fueling further speculation. The show will indeed be canceled at the end of season 2. Joy to the World is reported to have a paltry 4.11 million in its overnight ratings. That was, I think, last year. While BBC said they're waiting on season 2 to make a decision, and the season 2 numbers to make a decision, it's clear the writing is on the wall for the show, especially if they didn't go forward with filming a Christmas special. Not having one is consistent with their statements that it's been greenlit for these episodes and nothing else. Oddly, Russell T Davies is also working on a spin-off for the show, The War Between the Land and the Sea, something that has already filmed and is going to air as a 5-episode miniseries sometime in 2025. Is not expected to perform well given the current Doctor Who climate. Once these episodes air and there's no Christmas special, we may see the end of an era brought on by identity politics, destroying a once prestigious sci-fi show. This will then be the best Christmas for Doctor Who in quite some time. It's a writing problem. Yeah, it is a writing problem. Because they insist on writing about modern day crap and forcing that into the show. And like again, as I've said, you can have messages, but one, it can't just be one-sided. Okay? It can't just be one-sided because then it just seems like you're trying to program everyone. It can't be one-sided, and it can be subtle. You don't have to say, "Oh, racism is bad. You shouldn't do a racism." You know, you don't have to make it in the person's face. You know, you can tell a story and have it subtly there. You know, I've said this before. It's like, you look at South Park. You know, South Park, Matt and Trey are so good at what they do. You don't even know what the message of the episode is sometimes until the end. Because they're so good at taking modern day stuff and weaving it into a story that is not only entertaining, but, you know, it also has a message. And sometimes you don't know that message until the end. That's how you do a story. I know it's stupid bringing up South Park, you know, completely different, but that's how you write a story where the viewer, you know, is just having a good time and they may pick up on little bits of it, but it's not in your face. And it you know, maybe revealed at the end what the message was about or whatever, but just telling the person, "Oh, you use their proper pronouns, being misgendered, and sometimes I feel like an alien. Oh, my beautiful daughter, you're just the male presenting." No one wants to hear that in Doctor Who. Subtlety is key for Doctor Who. It's okay to have messages, just don't make it in your face. You know, we use Doctor Who, even though it takes place on Earth, it's still clearly not the real world. The real world, we don't have the Doctor and Daleks and Cybermen and all these other wacky freaking aliens going about. So, yeah. You know, while yes, it takes place in the real world, it's not our real world. So we shouldn't have to be dealing with the same, you know, politics in that world as we're dealing with in this world. You know, make it fun. You know, we care more about the Doctor Who aspect, that the aliens and stuff, than being constant stories taking place on Earth being told that, oh, the racism is bad. Oh, you shouldn't misgender people. That's not Doctor Who. Between that and this freaking ass clown, be like, oh, go touch grass, for God's. Okay, we'll go touch grass. Oh my God, why are the ratings so bad? Why are the views so low? Well, because your main star right here told people to go touch. You told them to go touch grass. All those fucking nerds and the chuds you're trying to stick it to, they're the ones who watch your show. And then you tell them to go touch grass. And then you wonder why your numbers go down. Me not know how numbers work. So, again, I hope it goes on a hiatus for like 5 years. They need to reevaluate themselves and see what's more important in Doctor Who, preaching a fucking message or telling fun stories that everyone can enjoy, not just one freaking side, because that's what it is. It's one side. Doctor Who is for everyone. So you keep telling stories with messages that are one-sided, you're alienating a huge portion. And then even then, the people who you think would be, you want to pander to, even they're getting tired of it. So make stories for everyone. It's Doctor Who, okay? A lot of those nerds and chuds don't believe in the same stuff that you believe in, but they want to watch Doctor Who because it's a good show. Well, it used to be a good show. Okay? Messages should be kept subtle, not in your face. You want to preach about fucking saving the planet and racism's bad and all that, you can do it. Just be subtle about it and don't have it in the viewers' faces every 2 freaking seconds. Not that hard. You claim to be college educated, you claim to be smart and creative, surely you can find a way to make it happen. And if you can't, well, that speaks more about you than us. Maybe you're not fucking smart enough to write a good show. Because I guarantee you, anyone watching me right now could make a script and write a show, a Doctor Who episode 1,000 times better than these freaking overly paid Hollywood elitists right now. I bet you any one of you could make a better script. And it would be fun, it'd be exciting, it'd be engaging, and it would be true to what Doctor Who is. Guarantee it. Guarantee. Even the people who believe in having political messages, I bet even you would be able to write a story and weave that message into the story and make it subtle to where your message still comes across, but it's not in your face. It's not in the viewer's face. Bet you $1 million anyone could do it. But these people, nope. Clearly they're not smart enough. But it needs to Doctor Who needs to disappear for a while. He needs to get back into the fucking TARDIS and go fly around for a little bit, for several years. And these writers need to figure out what's truly important. So, anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.